You gonna print today?
I am about to print it. Gotta knock out these jerseys again. Zone 6. Adidas. Let's get it. I hear it, guys.
Why are you always wearing gym clothes?
You know what I'm saying? It absorbs the sweat in this hot warehouse.
It is hot. You're right.
You know.
Totally
We're
right.
only getting 80 degrees right now. We're only hitting 80.
All right, so I finally decided to strap the GoPro to a selfie stick that I have to walk around and just kind of try it out. And yesterday, somebody asked me about the pallet peel that I use. So, we're gonna talk about the pallet peel. My friend Jeremiah over here,
Get money.
Mr. Get Money, can tell you that the pallet peel that we use, it's probably, would you say the best one that's out there? Yeah, so he's not like the most experienced screen printer out there, but he knows how to screen print, and he also knows that the double-sided pallet peel that we got is probably not the best. And what I can tell you guys is that it does work, but only to a certain extent. Like for example, if you are printing out of the back of your garage and you're only doing like small runs, maybe 24 shirts, 36, possibly like 72 at most, you're not gonna have an issue. But when we're running more than one order a day and we're running like a 400 piece or sometimes 1,000 pieces on the automatic, it's always better. It's always better to have the glue, because for once you don't have to stop and scrub. You can just add more glue and keep going. So for example, when I'm running the automatic and I'm loading the shirts, you know, I'll just pause the machine, grab the glue from here, glue that board, and it's gonna go and continue printing as I finish gluing the rest of the boards. And that makes my life easier, because if I just printed 600 shirts and I don't have to stop or pull out the entire machine to scrub all the shirts to reactivate the glue, it's just a waste of time at the end of the day. So if it works for you, honestly, I don't have anything against it. The PMI tape, I don't have anything against it. But this is like a vinyl transfer tape that we call pallet peel. I keep saying that I'm gonna leave the links below for the stuff that I'm using. And for the most part, sometimes I have to come back the next day and say, oh shit, I forgot to put the link. But I do come back and put it on there. So I'm gonna give you guys the link for the one that I personally use. And I always say that, for example, here if we have a 16-inch board, you wanna have the 18-inch pallet peel. That way it's easier for you to cut around the edges and make it nice and clean. If you have a 16-inch board and you order a 16-inch pallet peel just to save like $5, you might end up losing a lot of time trying to figure out how to make it nice and straight, because you're gonna have a hard time placing it on the board. And when I'm telling you that you're gonna have a hard time, you just gotta trust me, because we've done it in the past. It sucks, and just by paying those extra dollars, by having a wider one than your boards, it's gonna make your life a lot easier. So time is money. And you do have to practice, and the best way to put the pallet peel on is by having a very sharp blade that we don't have right now to show you. But if you have a very sharp blade, you're gonna have the best results. If you have a dull blade and you try to do this for the first time, you're gonna be like, oh, this thing sucks, I don't even want to try it, Vega doesn't know what he's talking about, I'm gonna go back to the double-sided tape, and that's cool. But in order for this to work, you have to do it exactly the way I'm telling you. And don't forget to look at that link so you can make sure you get the same one that I get, like Jeremiah.
That's right.
You don't be getting nothing, fool. I order everything. The second thing that I want to talk about today is it worth it to print samples for customers? Now, when I was in the back of my house, like in the garage, it really annoyed me and it sucked to print samples, because a lot of times they just wanted like 12 shirts, and just printing one didn't make a lot of sense. And I said, you know what, if I charge you 35 bucks for one shirt and then you come and place the order for 12, a lot of times they would say, well, how come it's, you know, whatever, 9 bucks per shirt when you order 12 and 35 for one? So it was just a big hassle. It sucked. But now that we have the automatic, it's a different story. Like for example, right now I'm printing these samples for undertow, and as you guys probably know if you follow the channel, they are a repeating customer. So I went ahead and burned 3 screens, and all we're doing is printing 3 shirts. So every shirt gets a different back, they all get the same front. And in these cases it's definitely worth it because they're placing 100 piece order per design. So we got a 300 piece order coming in. Once they see the shirts printed, they have an event like in 3 weeks, so we have plenty of time. And in those cases, I would say it's worth it. Like for example, Jeremiah is dealing with probably somebody from ASU, and they're asking for a sample. So in those cases, it's definitely worth it.
Definitely.
Because they're not gonna place an order for 32 shirts or 50 shirts. They want hundreds of shirts. So if you find yourself in a situation where people are asking you for samples, if you have absolutely nothing else to do and you're just practicing, then I wouldn't see why not. But if you have work coming in and people are asking you for samples for a 24 piece order, just tell them, you know what, might as well order the whole 24. At the end of the day, it's gonna be cheaper and it's gonna save you time.
Or show them just a mock.
Yeah, exactly. Or show them a sample of something that you printed in the past. So it's always good to have samples of stuff that you printed. Like for example, here in the front, we have one of my Vega print shirts. And this is a good example because they can see the white. They can see the white printed, and they can also see like shimmers if they want shimmers. And we also keep samples for the DTG. So if anybody wants to see a DTG, you know, we show them the sample right away. So it's always good to have samples around if they want to see one. Because a lot of times they want to be like, oh, well, we're gonna do a photo shoot and we want to see how it's gonna go. You can just tell them, well, it's gonna be cheaper for you if you just go ahead and place the entire order right now than to wait God knows when. They might not even come back if you just print that one sample, so it's probably not worth it. And we ain't about that life, huh, Jeremiah?
Nada.
Speak to the mic.
We ain't about that life, baby. We about that moolah.
All right, so I'm gonna leave you guys today with another link to a video that I've done in the past of me putting the pallet peel on. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. I've demonstrated time and time again. So I'm not gonna do that today because we don't have a need to change the pallet peel. So therefore, it's gonna be easier for me to just put that link right there. Make sure you watch it. If you're interested in learning how to do this and making your life easier, then go ahead and just at least give it a shot. Also, I have a lot of people asking me what glue or what adhesive I use for the pallets, and this would be the one. So you can contact the guys over at AST and they're gonna be super happy that you called and that you want to place an order for their adhesive.
Vega sent you.
Tell them Vega sent you. Bro, we've been busting out work.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, somebody's here. So, did you bring the sample shirt?
No.
Look, you guys, this is where we used to live not too long ago. They knocked down the fence. They knocked down the tree that I would water all the time so the birds would come around. And now it looks like shit.
Yeah.
But there's different tastes for different people, and that's what they like. And this is where the tree ended up, sadly. Oh well, I guess it's not for everyone.